Hello everyone and welcome to morning coffee break. You notice something different? I got this mug yesterday from my daughter and her husband, Jackie and Will. They live in Ohio. Got a lot of friends on my channel from Ohio. But I really like that. And they sent a card too. So I'll be using this for my morning coffee break mug. Coffee tastes even better in it. All right, and thanks so much, Will and Jackie. I appreciate it very much. Okay, and they sent a card. It says, I might have to have my glasses. How a cat shows they love you. Says, scratches you, yeah, breaks your things, oh yeah. Eats your food, graffitis the house, gets cat litter everywhere, oh my gosh. Brings you gross presents, hides from you, oh yeah, she does that a lot. Sleeps on things you need, laying on your shoes. It shows one with shoes too, laying on your shoes. Cries for no reason. And it just says, meow, love you, Dad, happy Father's Day, and then there's a note from them. So thank you so much, Jackie and Will. I really appreciate that, and I love the mug. I've lived all over the place, but I never did live in Ohio. I lived all around it. I lived in Michigan, Illinois, and Pennsylvania. So, I mean, right around, all around it, but never did live in Ohio. And that's a good mug. Okay, today is Saturday. What's this thing doing? Saturday, June 18th. Currently it's 73 degrees. It's cooler out this morning, if you could call it that. That's much better. 78 for high today. That's way better than 96 or whatever it was that one day, 97. No chance of rain today. Boy, I tell you what, we got a little bit of rain yesterday. The garden, you can see it's grown since yesterday. It's just crazy. I wish that we got just all rainwater for the garden because they just don't grow as well. I mean, everything's growing great using tap water, but you can just tell the difference when it rains, that it grows better. Humidity 61%, winds are at 6 miles per hour, and air quality is 48 today. Let's see if I can get this pen to work. Okay, today there'll be a taste test with Mike today, and it's Dollar Tree's Easy Fries, Ore-Ida Easy Fries, and they look a lot like McDonald's fries to me. The shape of them and stuff. So yeah, definitely check that out. I believe that's the first time. I could be wrong, but I think that's the first time I've ever had any microwave fries. I just never have. I mean, I've seen them, lots of times, and just never have tried them. Didn't think I would want to try them, but I thought I would check them out and let y'all know what they're like. Last night we had that sauerkraut that I got at Grocery Outlet, and by the way, it's really good, and it's like fresh. The ones in the cans they're okay in the can, sauerkraut, or a jar, but this one's really good. And we had sauerkraut and hot dogs. We decided on hot dogs. Joy wanted them. She said her mom used to make them that way, and she was just wanting them that way, so usually I put smoked sausage in it, but we had sauerkraut and hot dogs and roasted veggies. It was potatoes, little potatoes, different colored potatoes, and I had some pepper left over from the garden that I chopped up in it. That's a good thing about roasting veggies, where you can just throw in there whatever you got. I had some radishes from the garden. They're great roasted, y'all. I always cut the outside of it off the skin, but they're great roasted. They really are. Radishes, and I put an onion in it, and I think that's it. But it was great, and then I have in my playlist in the Cook With Me videos. There's one where I fix roasted vegetables, so you can see how I do it, and it's really good, and it's good for you too. Okay, because I used avocado oil last night. Yeah. Sometimes olive oil. Oh, so here's a picture of it. And we had cornbread, and yeah, that's a lot of butter on it. That cornbread there is a Jiffy, the honey Jiffy cornbread, but the honey one, and it's really good. We've got some Betty Crocker ones that we got at Grocery Outlet, real cheap, something like 29 cents. They're in pouches, and they're really good too. So what's for dinner tonight? I've got some ground turkey out, and it needs to be used, and it's been frozen for, well, just since May, but I'm trying to keep everything rotated real good and fresh. I've had to throw away some ground turkey before that I didn't rotate it, or didn't really know what I had in the freezer. I didn't keep track of it very good, but we've been doing a lot better on that, and I'm trying to use things. Next, I have some I got 2 things of ground chuck in there, so I use ground chuck for something next, and then the time after that I got some ground chicken in there I need to use. But I think I'm gonna just make some spaghetti, or I'm just gonna maybe look around at some recipes today for something with a ground meat. But spaghetti probably. Only thing is, I don't know if Joy will want another salad or not. We got plenty of stuff out in the garden, that we could use, and I got some cherry tomatoes that are turning. There's some red out there right now, so I'm going to always probably have plenty of stuff. I'll probably run out of lettuce at some point in time and have to replant if it doesn't grow back. But I think what's happening is the green beans are trying to grow over all the lettuce out there. They're just going crazy. It's hard to keep them off of stuff. And probably the cucumbers will probably do that to the first row of carrots. I don't have much room, So anyway, that's what's going on today. And really love my mug, Jackie and Will. Will said this was like our family, like let's say, I guess, me, and then Mom, Joy, and then Logan and her. So that's neat. Okay, it's time for today's tidbits. And I might have a jib jab today. There's several good ones left that are really, really funny and neat. I have one that I'm saving for tomorrow for Father's Day, and I might have one that I could use today too. Yeah, when the best time for jib jabs is around the holidays. They have the most then. They don't come out with many new ones, in between. They just, I don't know. I wish they would come out with more. Okay, today's tidbits, everybody. Let me move this over here, or I'll knock it. Okay. Rail service tests use of quake alerts to stop trains. Good idea. A regional passenger rail service in SoCal is testing new tech to alert trains about impending earthquakes. The system will use the earthquake early warning system to automatically slow or stop trains before shaking begins. Earlier systems warned trains of quakes but did not stop them. The new tech will benefit California, Oregon, and Washington. That's pretty neat. Human-bear conflicts may increase in Colorado this summer. Of course, we have black bears mainly in this area. I live in northeast Tennessee. My daughter and her husband live in Ohio. Did I show the bear? Yeah. The natural forage for bears was affected by a late spring frost and 2 winter storms in May. Colorado Parks and Wildlife stated that this situation could increase the likelihood of human-bear interactions this summer and fall in the state. CPW also said the public should not feed bears as they can survive year to year with poor food availability. Heat storms cause fish kills in south central Louisiana. The Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries said Thursday that heat and storms are causing fish kills in the south and central Louisiana. The fish die because of the warm and polluted water, which has low oxygen levels. Officials say such incidents have happened before in Louisiana, and the ecosystem is resilient enough to bounce back. I hate all them fish died, though. Montana town suffers due to Yellowstone floods. Remember we talked about where did it go after that? I think Billings was one of the places or something, too. Red Lodge in Montana leads to Yellowstone Park's northern entrances. The Yellowstone floods washed away all major roads leading to the park and damaged 150 homes in Red Lodge. The town is now facing a double disaster. It will have to clean up the damage done by the deluge to the town and also figure out how to survive without the summer tourism. Oh my gosh. Storm halts production at Michigan baby formula factory. That's all they need is more delays. But they're being careful. Severe weather forced Abbott Nutrition to halt production at a Michigan baby formula factory that had just restarted after being closed for several months. Abbott says it needs to assess the damage and re-sanitize the factory after thunderstorms and heavy rains hit Michigan Monday. Officials didn't clarify how much damage the factory sustained. Well, at least they're being careful. You know, you don't want to hurry things and it be some kind of tainted, formula or something. 7 colorful bee eaters. And by the way, I'm thinking I'll use a thumbnail of some of these flowers at the rock. I almost used it of this little bird here. It's cute. 7 colorful bee eaters set up their summer camp in UK. Look at the color on that bird. It's amazing. 7 bee eaters, brightly colored birds from southern Europe and northern Africa, were seen making nest burrows near Cromer, United Kingdom. The Royal Society for the Protection of Birds has confirmed their presence as a sign of climate change. Warmer temperatures across Europe have prompted the species to migrate further north to breed. Spain, villages evacuated as wildfire burns 9,000 hectares. A blaze in the Sierra de Culebra mountain range in northwestern Spain burned around 9,000 hectares of wooded hill land on Friday. It also forced the evacuation of nearly 650 people from 8 villages. Smaller wildfires raged in other parts of the country as much of Europe suffered an early heat wave. The torrid heat could begin to ease on Sunday. U.S. adds $103 million for wildlife hazards and land rehabilitation. The U.S. is adding $103 million this year for wildfire risk reduction and burned area rehabilitation in the country. About $80 million will be used to speed up work removing potential wildfire hazards. $20 million will be used to bolster post-wildfire landscape recovery. An interagency wildland firefighter well-being program will also be established. Usgs Yellowstone River flooding is 1 in 500-year event. The U.S. Geological Survey said that the devastating flooding along the Yellowstone River this week constitutes a 1 in 500-year event. The floodwaters forced 10,000 visitors to Yellowstone National Park to evacuate. Rain and rapid snowmelt also caused rivers along Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho to burst, swallowing bridges and roads. Tropical storm Cilia forms in the Pacific. Heavy rain likely. Tropical storm Cilia formed off Central America on Friday. This tropical storm will remain off the coast of El Salvador and Guatemala over the weekend, bringing heavy rain to Central American countries. Cilia has maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour. Meanwhile, Hurricane Blas will start weakening Saturday as it moves off the southern Pacific coast. Okay, everybody, that's it for today's Tidbits. I'm going to take one more sip off my new coffee cup. I hope you enjoyed today's morning coffee break. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. I'm glad it's going to be a little bit cooler out this morning. I may be able to get something done out in the garden. It's just hard to go out there. I mean, it seemed like as soon as you stepped out, it was so humid and hot that you would immediately start to sweat. I mean, immediately. And I need to do some things out there. If it's not going to be any hotter than, what I say, 78 today, that'll seem really cool from the last few days. So everybody, I hope you have a great day. Later on, check out my taste test with Mike of Dollar Tree's Easy Fries. So thanks for watching, everybody, and God bless.